titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! 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 Gee.
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
That's right. We're eating tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Monday Night Raw. He's the champ, remember. Don't forget that. Can everybody hear me out there? Can I hear myself? Testes. Sounding pretty good tonight. Sounding great as usual. If you're watching right now, don't forget to get liking, subscribing. Don't make me say it more than once. I hate all this stuff. I hate what the future has done to Dr. Iguana tonight. Here, let's watch a little quick video and then we'll get into, wrestling, whatever you want, whatever the people in the chat want. So spread the news. Dr. Huge on a weeknight, which is very rare these days. We're going to try to do it more. Didn't even have time to shave up and look handsome for all the ladies that come through tonight. So do me a solid, bros. Pump this out to everybody, especially the IG models. But first, take a look at this. This is very sad. And this is copyright-free music, by the way. I just want you to all know classical music, especially that old stuff, it's copyright-free. So check this out. We will. It's a little art film I'm putting together for cons. Is that what they call it? One of them festivals over in France. We're going to be the biggest thing all over the world. See? Told you, this wrestling stuff, high art. I explained it on Saturday's show. Go listen if you haven't. We got Apple Podcasts out there. We're on SoundCloud. I'm paying for this. I'm paying for that. Right? Everybody's censoring me on all these platforms. That was all just TikTok in the past couple of months. Anytime I try to do anything on TikTok, they're like, yeah, you can't do that. You can't say that. You can't go on live with your actual show that you do. The whole reason you have a TikTok account in the first place, right? Can't do any of that. Just shut up. As we watch people riot on that same platform live too. Isn't that weird? They're not getting restricted. I can go on there right now and we can all watch people burn things down and everything. That's fine. Me doing a comedy wrestling show, that's too much.
It's the shits.
Exactly, Bret Hart. It is the shits. And we're tired of it over here. And we're not gonna what are we gonna do? Fold? Go away? No. We're gonna come back harder on more platforms. We're on Rumble. I mean, I do have a Twitch. People are like, why don't you just do some gaming on Twitch? And it's like, I've been there, done that. And Twitch, they don't really help anybody out unless you're a hot chick or you get all them fake viewers. The views payers, you guys out here, you guys are the worst. There's cheaters and everything. If you're a video game player, I don't want to throw my pen. It's like the only one that works up here. Damn it. But if you play video games, you have to play them online. At least you have to be connected. And then everybody online is cheating. Well, everybody doing these podcasts, not everybody, but a lot of people, they're all cheating out here. I see this lady comedian. She's got 80. What was it? Some stupid number, 330,000 subscribers, right? I'm struggling to get 200 on YouTube. Go over there, please. Subscribe to Dr. Huge Show. Don't DrHUGE Show, not drugstore. They're going to try to push you over to drugstores. You don't want drugstores. You want Dr. Huge Show, DrHUGE Show on YouTube. Subscribe there. It will help me. Maybe I'll get to 200 subscribers in this decade. Crazy. Crazy what's happened to just everything, the whole world. But anyway, this lady podcaster, comedian, so-called, right? 1 million, let's just say she's got 1 million subscribers. It feels like that. And then she's got damn near less viewers than I do. Okay, I see what's happening here. What? Exactly, Stone Cold. Not so loud tonight, though, in my ear. Thank you. We're going to talk about so many things. A little bit about Worlds Collide. A little bit about Money in the Bank. A little of this, a little of that. Yeah. And will we have a guest? Maybe. You never know. Tonight, though, I do make it a plan. I'm just going to make this very, very public for everybody so they all know. I'm looking for wrestling-based guests. And maybe I've just been out of the game for a little too long or something, but I come back and everybody's acting weird all of a sudden. I'm talking about here the fans, or like there's a whole new breed of fans, a whole new breed of wrestlers, and I don't think they really get how like real life works. Meaning, you don't blow off people asking you to come on their show, right? We're gonna complain about this again, yeah. And as fans, generally, when somebody has a following and is doing things in the area of what you like and what you're up to on social media, you generally follow those people back. At least I do. You know, I follow about 10,000 people. Yep, some of them not as necessary as others, but they all generally like what I like. Okay? And that's how this thing works out here. And I've noted back in the day, if I followed 100 people on X, got to keep up with these kids. It's X now, right? If you followed 100 people on X, God, 80 of them would follow you back. Now you follow 100 people on X, you'd be lucky if 10 followed you back. I'm not talking willy-nilly following bots and this and that. I have one of the greatest X accounts in the whole universe, even on Mars, probably. You know, because I weed all these fakes out. I don't need fakes. You know, I know the numbers look good for the fools out here, but numbers don't mean shit to you, bro. I understand what the deal is. I'm putting in the work right here in front of everybody. So when people say you don't show your face and things, especially online, here I am. Come and get me, right? So, yeah. I have to kick game every once in a while, drop some science and some jewels on all the people out here that actually get to see the show and see what I'm up to and interact and things. And shout out to you people. You guys are the best, the smartest out of all the viewers on the whole internet. Have you seen some of these viewers on these other podcasts? Not so smart. You guys, really smart. Big ones compared to these little ones out here is what I'm trying to say. And if you're listening on podcasts, I'm making references to things. Sure, you can figure it out. So yes, World Collide. I caught the end of it. I was doing the show Saturday, as I always do. 3 p.m. We did it a little early to, you know, gather some troops over at the DrHUGEshow before Triple H went live for the next 1 billion hours. And they got another 2.5 tonight. Don't you, Trips? Don't ya? Don't ya? Like that song. Don't you think your Triple H is hot like me? Nope. So I did catch the end, as I said. I heard this Mr. Iguana is like the biggest thing in wrestling right now. He's bigger than El Americano Grande. It's a true story. And we all know Grande Americano, whichever way you say it, this guy's still bigger than him right now. I was confused. When I first saw him, he had real iguanas on him, didn't he? Didn't he, everybody in the chat? Hello, out there. It's echoing. What? You there?
What do we want to talk about?
Mr. Iguana. He had a puppet this time. when I caught it on Worlds Collide. I'm like, he has a puppet? It's a fake? It looks real to me. That looks real AF. So maybe he brings it in the ring with him and they eat, Macho Man's kind of Jake the Snake style. Either way, I heard he had a nice outing. Didn't get to catch the match. I'll take your word for it, everybody. He's great. Got it. Painted. I just assumed a lot of I've heard of some of these guys, the Dr. Wagner Juniors, Part 3s or whatever they call them, and some of these wrestlers before. The one that fought Dominic Mysterio last night, Octagon Jr. But to me, I assumed, and not like they're like the biggest things in Mexico in the wrestling business, right? But they give you that jobber vibe, right? Santino Marella, sock puppet type vibe. But hey, we're coming into 2025, 2026. This is like we're going full blown R word, everybody.
What?
So yeah, the adults we saw with the AEW stuff early on. They kind of settled a little bit with it. They still do it, but it's settled down a bit. But these even my generation, the millennials, you guys are all like Disney parents and things. It's all very cringe. It all makes me sick and disgusted with it. And I understand wrestling, pro wrestling is kind of a kids area, but have you seen the crowds the past 20, 30 years? Would you allow your babies to go watch ECW? The likes of New Jack and others stabbing and all that. Rest in peace, right?
Rest in peace.
Gotta do it properly. Or would you rather have them see Dr. Iguana in his iguana? Probably this guy. Instead of watching New Jack, turn somebody into salami in the ring. Yep. So, I mean, you're not going to get any harder hitting analyst, journalist takes than this, folks. So again, if you're not retweeting and liking these videos and subscribing to my shit, then you deserve some of that. It's not threats, YouTube, either. Because I'm sure you'll come after me for just doing air punches. But you got to do air punches sometimes when you're in my line of business. And this is my business. So thank you, Mr. Iguana. If you want to come on anytime, I would love to have you on. Just a puppet. We don't need you. I just want to talk to the puppet. And then this lady had a cat for hair. At the end of the show, I caught this. They did a close-up from my TV. I own this, WWE. Thank you. You can't use this picture. This is my property, technically, if we're playing this game, right, everybody? So she's got a cat for hair. I don't think it's alive, but the eyes were open. Why she would keep the eyes open or the eyes in the wig, you'd have to ask her. But that's a full feline right there. The tail swoops in the back. I think that's what the ponytail is. Comes around the side here. So she wears a cat on her head. I don't even know who she is. I'm assuming, again, she's like the HBK, the Triple H, the something of the AAA Mexican wrestling. Maybe a daughter of the original owner. Something like that. Am I getting close? Am I getting warmer, everybody? Hello? Yes, I get it. It's Monday. It's the afternoon for a lot of people, especially in my country. And I hear they're burning down the other side of the country right now. But I mean, are they really? Are a lot of these staged events? Could it be? I mean, we're allowed to ask about ancient aliens. And could it be as in maybe it was and maybe it is? And I don't know if you've ever seen that show, but they ask the viewers a lot of questions. And when you're asking a lot of questions, it means you don't have a lot of answers. So if you think you're going to be watching any of these shows, news or otherwise, on your televisions, and you think that they're going to give you any real information, they're not. Hit the post like a pro. So, yep. Next up, who are we going to goof on next? Let's goof on Conan next. Because did you hear this Conan during this pay-per-view? This PLE? Sorry, I got to stay hip for the kids. Conan sounded like he was half dead. Rest in peace, Conan, because that wasn't you.
Rest in peace.
It sounded like you could care less. Either you didn't care, or you were really, really tired, like Grandpa tired, or both. Maybe it was both. Maybe you didn't care, and you were really Grandpa tired. Grandpa tired is a whole nother level of tired, by the way. And that's like 3 o'clock, mouth open, put face to the sky, tired. So that's how Conan looked and sounded to me. Might as well just kicked back, put his mouth open, tried to catch some raindrops in the arena. Because Conan, you sounded tired as fuck. You sounded so fucking tired, bro. Is that what we want for the excitement of the new brand for the WWE? Is that what we're looking for, Triple H? I get it. We all know Conan. He was cool. He was in the Wolf Pack. I have a t-shirt. I have a Wolf Pack t-shirt, so I'm in the Wolf Pack. And, yeah, I still couldn't get on his side. Maybe, you know what I would do? I would look into this, Triple H. Maybe call Stefan Diggs. Ask him about that pink lemonade he had in that little baggie. And then I'd take it and I'd throw it in Conan's face before every single AAA PLE. There you go. Some more just great advice for you, Triple H. Again, if you're not liking this, if you're not subscribing, you're not even, are you really are you AI bots, all of you? You're not even real people if you're not liking and subscribing right now. Get over to YouTube especially. That's where it needs to happen. And these people or this person that just keeps subscribing and unsubscribing, I'm not even at 200 yet. That might bother me if I was maybe another podcaster. I'm not even going to mention because I'm not even going to try to pull that into this world. But he does a whole bit where he's like, we're almost at 10,000 and 20,000. And the show stinks. And then they all build him up to 20,000. And then he dips below it again. And then he gets right up to it and it dips below it again as a troll and at work and all this stuff. And it's pretty funny. But it ain't going to work with this. You understand? YouTube's already trolling me. Thank you. I mean, I already played the video. And that was TikTok. But just assume it's everybody else, too. They're all doing it. They're all stinkers. So, yeah, the main event for Worlds Collide was Vikingo, which I just hate saying that. I would rather just say Viking. I get that he's Mexican, Spanish, and all this, but it's like throwing an O at the end for the sake of throwing an O at the. Can we just call him Viking, the Viking? Because I don't know what the other word is either, and it just takes forever when they like say somebody's name. They're introducing them for like 15 seconds. It's too long. Shorten that shit up. I know Vinnie Mac would do it in an instant. He'd be like, we'll just call him Vik, V-I-K. The end. Dropping the rest. So, a couple weeks ago, maybe it was this past Friday before the pay-per-view, though. You know, he keeps fighting with Chad Gable, Americano Grande, this and that in the crowd. And I think it was Chad Gable this time, not Americano Grande. And he was smiling. They even pulled a whole edited vignette for it, and they left it in there. So you see him popping a huge smile, big grin before Chad Gable goes to beat him up. And then let's see what's on here. I do have some videos. Let's look at some stuff. And then that, right? Dominic and Liv were at the AAA event, putting in work. But we're not here for that. We're here for God, Dirty Dom looks so dirty. That's right here. Look at this. Great match. See how long that was? Replay it.
Vikingo gets a boot up just in time. What on earth is Vikingo attempting here?
So what was he trying to do? Can anybody tell me? Anybody out there still? I don't know what he was doing. I'll give you one more go at it. Does a backflip into the ropes. Holds on, won't let go. Holds on, won't let go. Then he just pops back. And Chad's like, am I supposed to, what am I doing here? And then they figured it out. So, yep, that happened. And of course, I wouldn't miss that. So I saw that live, everybody. My video, once again, can't do nothing about it. Fair use, all that stuff, all them words. So, yep. Vikingo won, and we knew he was going to win because he's like the top guy at that promotion. Makes sense, right, guys? Chad Gable's a comedy jobster. We don't even call him, he's not like a full jobber. He's a jobster. He's doing well for himself. He's staying in the game. You know how hard it is to stay in this WWE nowadays. You know, we saw with R-Truth, everybody had to cheer for him all week just to get him back. Which we will talk about because he did come back this past weekend as well. So, yep. Conan, man, hope they hook you up to some IVs next time. Jesse Ventura's better, sorry. Jesse Ventura, with all his not knowing anything that was going on, especially with the steel cage match and all that, he's still better. And shout out to you, man in the white mask, who everybody should follow, of course. Great follower, great subscriber to the show here. I'm sure you subscribe on YouTube. Yep, he's on YouTube, just like everybody else out here should be. Get to YouTube. Let's all drink to YouTube, right? We love YouTube. It's the best. Hold on, where is it?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Thank you. We all just cheers you, man in the white mask, and YouTube, kind of. When they're playing along, when they're letting me go live and not restricting me, stop restricting me. You know, let's make this grit together. Thank you. Oh, did you hear, by the way? Oh, man in the white mask. I thought this was a different video. I thought that this was this. Stephanie Vacker. She sent me a DM this week, guys. Says, hello, dear. Thanks for the comment. Heart. Welcome to my private X handle, private, where I finally made a decision to text with a humble and devoted fan, which I am. What's your name and where are you from? So, clearly I have a new girlfriend, everybody. And her name is Stephanie Vacker. I think that this might be her mom. Is this your mom, Stephanie Vacker? She won. She was in Worlds Collide. I heard about that. Then she wrestled 2 other matches. And pretty soon, Hogan's going to want his 400-day record broken. So he can come out there and congratulate her and things like that. Right, Becky Hogan? Not Becky Hogan. I'm talking about the real Hulk Hogan. We all know he wrestled 400 days in a year before. It's a fact. Fact check. Yep. Man says, nice stuff you have in the background. Your wrestling stuff. Thank you. It is nice wrestling stuff. Very expensive wrestling stuff. I got a HBK from the 90s back here. All in the box. I got all The Bray Wyatts. John Cena right there from a WrestleMania. A Kane figure is in the box with him, a piece of him. Look at that. I get Shawn Michaels over here, autograph, RVD, Papa Shango. I'm wearing the Monday Night Messiah shirt, which we're going to have to bring up tonight because he might be Seth stealing Rollins, just like the video says could be. Maybe. Some people think that. So, yeah, you, Becky Hogan, I know you took on Lyra Valkyrie this week. And you won. You got the championship. You cheated your ass off. She must have known you were cheating, pulling on the tights. We all know the pulling on the tights. Even if you're 2 years old, been watching this wrestling for the past couple of years, you've seen the pulling the tights for 2 years now. So at least you're coming out wrestling in gear that makes sense. I get it. You were big time Bex for a little bit and you had the booty cheeks out and everything.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
You got to do it when I press the button. Sorry. It's a mistake, but it's not promote. We'll promote the Patriots instead in their win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Jeffrey Cross.
What?
Mm-hmm. But big time Bex or the man should never have booty cheeks out. The man should never be sexualized because you're the man, aren't you? So now she's the man. She's coming out in sweatpants and she's looking like an Irish fighter, you know, the wife beater and all the rest. So that happened. She's the IC champion because, you know, she needs a championship belt every time she's around. Get it? That's why the rumors are the way they are. It's not because you're sleeping with Bubba the Love Sponge's wife or anything like that, or calling people the N-word brother or anything like that. It's because you seem to always be in the mix and have a title on you, and it's like, why? You run like this. You run like a little kid. I get it. You put on the performance nice and well and all that, but I don't consider her the GOAT. Mofos be considering her the GOAT. Try to throw stats from the past 10 years at me like it even matters. Doesn't matter to Dr. Huge at all. If we're even talking about any GOAT status and all that, I know everybody's going to get upset with this, but it's Charlotte Flair. I mean, come on. What are you talking about? Have you been watching lately? Have you been watching the past 20 years, ever since she's been around at least? And her. It's just the way it is. Sorry. Do I got woos? Woo! We're wooing it up over here. So you get out of here. Get out of my life, Becky Lynch. And somehow you manage to stay there longer and longer and longer. So you're Becky Hogan to me. And I've seen the press conference afterwards, and I've been watching a lot of those lately. Because who cares about a WWE press conference when, you know, Triple H eventually just comes out there and goes, yeah, it's a work and everything's a work and that was fake and this was fake. I don't want to hear that. I don't want after the movie having the directors and the executive producers come out and go, this is how much money we've made. Great. Good job for us. We're awesome. And everything you just saw was total horse shit. We made it on the fly. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen to, you know, all this stuff. Stinks, sucks, shits.
It's the shits.
Is it going to ruin anything? No, because they're just full mask off the business. You know, they're not even going to try to play along and that's the thing. It's like, I thought we were the ones that had to play along and tell them or be told by them that we're douches and everything for not playing along. Well, they're not even bothering playing along either. Yep. And then what?
What do we want to talk about?
And then Naomi won, which I didn't pick on this past Saturday's podcast. I'm thinking Alexa Bliss, Roxanne at the time. And the whole time she's sitting right there. I didn't even give her a thought. Nobody did. Nobody on the whole panel even thought about Naomi. Because she used to lose. She just always loses. It's the biggest loser ever. When they came up with the mid-card belts recently, I'm like, those have to be Naomi's belts, right? She ain't winning the other ones. She had the glow belt for a little bit years back. But, I mean, were they going to do that run that back? No, they weren't going to run that back. So I just assumed that the U.S. title, the IC title, one of those were 100% going to be hers. And the other ones would be like Zelina Vega, which it is.
It's the shits.
But I'll tell you, I figured it out awfully quick when she started making her way to the ring. I mean, I've seen the new gimmick and the new song and the new entrance and all this stuff. But she came out with the money on, and it just clicked all at the same time. She's coming out very confident, very badass, the money outfit. And then hearing the announcers being like, yeah, she's been in this match like a dozen times and she's never won. It's like, well, there you go. That was a total giveaway right there. And hey, were there moments where I thought maybe Roxanne could have still won it? There was no moment that I thought Alexa was going to win it. She's just too short to grab it. And you think the same thing with Roxanne, but I figured she might stand on the very top, grab it, jump off or climb back down. She's nimble, right? And you'd have wrestlers like holding it in the bottom, which that happened a lot in this pay-per-view, and it stunk. The whole, like, they were really going out of their way. I get you got to hold the ladders and things, but these are such like magic tricks that are just out in the open. So there was especially that one spot where Chad Gable ran up into the ring and everybody was amazed and jumped from ladder to ladder and all this. And I'm like, wow. First of all, that kickback throw to throw him onto the ladder was
it's the shits.
It's the shits. Then he ran up the ladder. You know, we all saw what was going on. But hey, he executed it. They got away with it. Good work, boys. The women's Money in the Bank. Well, am I all that impressed with that? Better than usual. Probably because you got Julia, Stephanie Vacker, Roxanne in there as well. And you're leaving out some of the other, you know, Nia Jackson, some of these matches, like that War Games match.
It's the shits.
That stunk. A lot of these lady gimmick matches, the Royal Rumble.
It's the shits.
They're all shits. This one wasn't too bad, though. Again, I think it's the younger wrestlers coming up. They're doing it a little different. They're taking care of each other, but they're not. The Naomi generation wrestlers, they seem to take care of each other a little too much, where it just looks bad. So we don't want things looking bad. We don't want to be taken out of the delusion that we're actually watching something. Because then when Nia Jax walks up to you in a steel cage with a ladder or a chair and then just like taps you with it and go, ew. And you barely drop. You go, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm laying down.
It's the shits.
Yeah, we don't want that. And how about all these ads on the ladders and tables and chairs? I mean, we know it's the tables and the ladders. They're going to put them on the chairs too. They're going everywhere. So expect some ads to be on your favorite wrestlers. And when they start doing that, I mean, for me, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's hard to watch now. Cody Rhodes just came out in the middle of the main event after his usual cringe entrance. And then he fucking kissed a video game sponsor in the middle of the ring, thinking he's kissing the ring, right? But to people like me watching at home, seeing him kiss a logo of a corporate brand is stupid.
Go fuck yourself.
No, you.
Go fuck yourself.
You.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm not fighting with you right now, all right?
What do we want to talk about?
I want to talk about you kissing the logos and cringe pumps, multiple fireworks, over the top horse shit, you know, fancy car selling suits, big Jim Carrey mask smiles, you know, mouth open looking at the crowd like You're amazed. Everything's over-rehearsed. Give me Naomi over that all day, especially this one. Thank you, Naomi. You can get off my screen now. You look crazy. You look a little crazy. All right? She doesn't, though. She looks just fine. She looks great. Come see me at an alt. Let's go out to eat sometime. Bring your cat. We'll go to Olive Garden. You too, Stephanie Vacker. You meet us there. Thank you. I'll text you later. So, Monday Night Rollins, the Monday Night Messiah, the architect, the visionary, the this, the that, won Money in the Bank, everybody. If you didn't hear, if you didn't know, and get liking and subscribing, thank you. And, Paul Heyman, of course, he was amazed, shocked, and awed. Not really. He knew that this was going to happen. He set it up like this to happen. I'm a little shocked and awed, though. I'm a little amazed that Seth Rollins managed to get another Money in the Bank. He's got the Braun Breaker. He's got the Bronson Reed. He's got the Paul Heyman. And he's got the Money in the Bank. Doesn't it seem to be a little bit of an overkill? And I'm a Seth Rollins fan, everybody. I think he's my modern day version of HBK. So HBK, when I was younger, my favorite wrestler, who blocks me online, by the way, Seth Rollins has been my favorite wrestler. Since I've been older and back into this horse shit. But even me, the doctor, I'm like, you know what? That's especially for somebody like Seth Rollins, who already has the cachet, who already has the juice, you understand, in the game. And I don't mean that literally. Thank you. But, you know what I'm saying? First of all, Paul Heyman's there for what? Because Rollins can talk on the mic. Then the two security guys, which I don't mind. But before it was like J&J security. It was a goof. And it was guys trying to really boost him up, where it's like he's got guys that this is honestly in a lot of ways as strong as the NWO when it first started. And I know it's like, well, it's still a little early for Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, but let's not think about right now, and let's think about what we know is the future and what the plan is. They have put the rocket ship on both of them. Remember, before Bronson Reed got hurt, he was in that War Games. He got hurt in the Samoan bloodline feuds. They got him jumping on Rollins 1,000 times and everything. They put him over as big as they could. And we all know with the badass, they call him the badass. Okay. So they love him. They're putting him over, and to have them all together with Paul Heyman and the Money in the Bank now, if he doesn't succeed with this, which, I mean, come on, he's going to succeed, right? Then what the hell? That will be the worst. But whoever he cashes in on, it's going to work. And in my opinion, it's happening tonight. Tonight it's happening. We have Gunther versus Jey Uso as the main event for tonight's show. Yep. But we all know Jey Uso with the belt has been the shits.
No hits.
Yeah, but it's true. It hasn't been good, other than the selling of merch for their company and the initial yeets every week.
Yeet.
So the music hits, he comes out, he eats with the kids.
Yeet. 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 Yeet.
We get it. Right, Doc? Oh, I'm talking to myself. What's up? Hey, what's up, Doc? Mac Diesel says. Right, Mac? You're Mac, I'm Doc. So, yep. We're going to do it again tonight. We're going to do some more exercises before Jey Uso's match against Gunther.
G, 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 G.
And this is how I would write it, okay? And if this is how it goes down tonight, it's all because of me, folks. I've been there. I've been a disciple since the beginning. I know what's going on. I got Yeet t-shirts, okay? Real deal. Holyfield over here. And what's going to happen tonight, what should happen, is Gunther, because you're making Gunther look way too weak. He looks like a bitch. He looks bitch made. You got him losing to Cody Rhodes in Saudi Arabia. You got him losing to Jimmy Uso and Sami Zayn's and these people. What?
No yeet.
No yeet to all that. That stinks. It's stupid. So what you do, he's getting his rematch tonight. Finally, he's going to take on Jey Uso in that horrible title reign, that where his whole title reign, all I can remember from ever since WrestleMania, what Jey Uso's been up to. You know what he's been up to? Hold on, let me catch my breath. Getting knocked out by Logan Paul.
G.
That's all that's been going on. I got the hiccups. Hold on. Let me drink something. Hold my nose. This got me so... I've never had the hiccups on the show. This is new. Like the cartoons. And the bubbles come out. Well, here's a side story. One time I went on a vacation with a whole big group of people. And I'm dying over here. Hold on, I'm dying over here.
Oh!
And this guy, he got the hiccups for 3 days. I've never seen it in my life. For 3 days? That? For 3 days. It was to the point where he said it hurt. And it wasn't fun. And it wasn't funny anymore. So if you're laughing at this, don't laugh at this. This is the most professional broadcast you'll ever see. I don't know if you've been keeping up, but we never have technical issues. We never have physical issues like we have right now. Listen, I only hope that if I'm going to die, I die on stream for everybody. And I mean that in a boxing ring, YouTube TOS.
G.
Thank you. I think we're out of the woods with that. Hold on. One more glass here.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Jericho. Jericho's my servant. Take that glass. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Fill up another one. He'll be back in a minute. What we got? So yeah, Seth Rollins. Seth stealing Rollins? So he's stealing things from people in the back. Remember, there was a story that I mentioned very recently about Elias. That's his name. The guitarist there. The brother Ezekiel. Maybe you remember this guy. So he's over in TNA now. But he popped up on NXT recently. And then he popped up on the news of professional wrestling, which I'm always scouring and looking for things because I analyze. And I read that Elias said that the Monday Night Messiah, like the shirt I'm wearing right now, that was supposed to be him. That was his idea.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, we got to do it again. I hit it by accident, so you know the rules.
What?
Monday Night Messiah was his idea, everybody. And he was kind of saying, you know, guess who ended up with it? The evil Seth Rollins. And then also look at this. And then a couple days ago, what did I see on my feed here? What did the sleaze send to your boy? Hold on. It's here somewhere. That's right. Seth Rollins looked like Hugh Hefner this weekend. Remember this guy? Remember when I said I wanted Velveteen Dream to come back and then people were trying to like get me lynched There were black girls trying to get me lynched out here because I wanted him to come back. I didn't want him to come back and text minors. Just want to point that out. I didn't want that. I wanted him to come back and entertain me in wrestling. So here's Velveteen Dream. Let's listen to what he's got to say about Seth Rollins. He's standing or sitting in front of a TV with Seth Rollins winning the Money in the Bank.
I don't know if that was Lillian Garcia. I don't know if that was Alicia Taylor. But I'll tell you who it is. Seth stealing Rollins steals another one. You know what? I got a question, Seth. And your bosses, Paul and TKO, may not like this. But how many gimmicks, Seth? How many gimmicks does it take? Kingslayer.
Wow, he's going to go through the list. But first, Mac Diesel, if he's texting minors, I bet he's just asking about the Kohler Diamonds. I'm sure that's what it was. I'm sure.
You beat Triple H. Beast Slayer. You beat Brock Lesnar. The Architect. Yeah, we'll give you credit for Roman Reigns' 5-year championship reign. History belongs to you, Mr. Architect. Beast Slayer, Kingslayer, Architect, Visionary, Messiah. You're so good you think you're God. And now Paul Heyman, ECW's favorite con man, has made you Mr. Money in the Bank. How many gimmicks? 10 years of gimmicks. 10 years of Seth Rollins trying to get over. I don't have to ruin professional wrestling because Seth Rollins you said you wanted the truth, didn't you, people? We want the truth. You wanted the truth. I'm going to give you the truth. 10 years of a guy stealing gimmicks.
Wow. Wow.
I don't blame TKO. I blame you.
It's me?
You pathetic, fickle fans. Do it again. I hope you enjoy it. It's your world. It's your wrestling. It's your entertainment. It's your WWE. And we're just living in it.
Okay.
It's not a dream. It's your reality. And you are the ones who ruined it.
Oh, it's my fault. So I'm behind Seth Rollins stealing gimmicks. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm just being told by the Velveteen one? By Velvet? I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with me. Maybe I would have bought this if Elias's face was on it. Maybe I would have. Maybe I wouldn't have. Who knows? I'm a Seth Rollins guy. But Seth Rollins, are you really Seth stealing Rollins? Because again, I told you about Exhibit A. I showed you Exhibit B. Now Exhibit 3. Karrion Kross. Remember him and his wife in that little promo they did? And Karrion Kross said Scarlett had ideas, and she had great ideas. Of course, she does. Couple right here, if you know what I'm saying. Hilarious. I know I'm great tonight. So she's got some good ideas, and the people at WWE told Kross and Scarlett, these good ideas, those are for those guys over there that look like this with Seth frickin' Rollins' face. Those ideas, those good ideas are for him and them, Roman Reigns. I mean, we can put 2 and 2 together. Maybe some of you can't. I'll just do it for you. That's what that meant. So that's 3 times now that I've heard from people in the business that are like, Seth Rollins, these guys get the good stuff. And then I'm looking at who is he married to, right? He's married to Becky Hogan. She gets a lot of good stuff too, doesn't she? You picking up what I'm putting down here? So I just lost my second pen there. It's all right. I got one more. Barely writes, but we'll work with it. Becky Hogan. I mean, oh man. I don't like where wrestling is going, and I'm not taking credit for ruining it. And it's definitely not any of your faults out there either. We're viewers, consumers of a product that they put together. And if Seth Rollins is actually stealing gimmicks, which it kind of sounds like he is, Seth, maybe chill out. Maybe if there's anybody that would be listened to for ideas, it would be you. It would be you. It'd be Roman Reigns. And who knows, maybe you did come up with some ideas like give me Paul Heyman or whatever. Like, I don't know. I think the whole thing, it's a little overdone. You don't even need all this. You could just have Braun Breaker and you'd be totally over and fine. But now you need Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman, Money in the Bank briefcase. It's too much. So I get what Velveteen is saying. There are a lot of too many guys in the business that have this. They're getting whatever they want, and it shouldn't be like that. Okay? If that's what it is. Because, of course, I'm not there. I'm not a dirt sheets guy. I'm not telling you anything of what I'm saying is fact. But, hey, I'm right a lot. I'm right fucking a lot, guys. And, yeah, hey. Just having common sense and keeping up with this stuff. Go back to being Killer Cross and be a damn ass kicker, a la Stone Cold. Yeah, again, it's not up to him. Doesn't really matter what the fans say. People are jumping on the R-Truth thing. Oh, yeah, R-Truth came back. They listened to everybody and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, maybe to a certain extent. Maybe it was all a work. Maybe it wasn't. Who cares? Who knows? All they're going to do is what's best for what makes them more money, especially now more than ever. It's all they care about is money. So if they're like, yeah, we'll put Truth back in. We were just going to send them to TNA anyway in a couple months, right? And have them set up over there or whatever. But might as well do it now. The fans are asking for it because, I mean, wrestling is a little bit interactive like this. Didn't work like that with CM Punk, did it, huh? It took a little longer. He ended up at another place beforehand, didn't he? I don't even know about this stuff. Yep. Mac Diesel, I've never been entertained by Becky. The Man is the dumbest shit everyone went along with. Not me. You can't place me in the everyone category. You know, I love going against the grain. I'll go against the grain for life, brother. I don't give a fuck. You know how I do over here. I got under 200 subscribers on YouTube. I don't even understand how this would actually work, especially when I'm out here doing my due diligence, watching other streams going, who are the people that are in my realm that are doing the same type of stuff? I'm not talking about everybody, but if the shoe fits, wear it, I guess. And a lot of these people out here, you know what they are that are doing the same thing?
It's the shits.
The total shits. Fucking stinks. And they got like 50,000 subscribers and things. Pat McAfee out here just giving a whole studio and giving everything, giving a show, here, let us write the show for you. Just show up and fucking stand there and talk. Okay. And everybody loves it. Yep. It's all your fault, just like Velveteen said. So I do agree with him with some things, right? It does make a little bit of sense. But it definitely isn't when it comes to other guys stealing things in the business to get where they are. Our job is just here to understand what it is and to see it for what it is. And we do. A lot of us do see it for what it is. A lot of us don't. Most of us don't. And that's how you end up with under 200 subscribers being restricted on YouTube and TikTok from day one. Since day one was ish. Yeet! Everybody get liking and subscribing, right? I'm going to play this again. Check this video out. Fair use. I know you're going to try to mess with me about this, but I know this is fair use because I write music and I'm into it and I can use classical music. So take one of these right in your booty. Okay? We will. We're going to beat everybody, folks. There I am. Get on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the show. Dr. Hugenstein Show. DrHUGEshow. Type it in somewhere. That's just TikTok, Mac Diesel. I could do that with a lot of different platforms, but I'm just focusing on TikTok. That's where all the kids are. That's where they all want to see Dr. Huge. I was fucking killing it the first week coming back on there. Hundreds and hundreds of viewers like that. I was killing it. And they noticed and they said, no, you can't use this. You can't even say somebody stinks. What? That's how bad it is. Can't play fighting games, can't play zombie games, can't play games. Can't do my live on there. What else? They'll let me use it, but it's as if I'm just like completely shadow banned. Amazing. It's amazing. You gotta love the future. You gotta love tech. So that's why I'm always asking for support. Because apparently I don't think anybody's listening, or maybe there's only bots that are watching. Maybe it's 80 bots that are watching right now. Yeah. We pull better numbers on the weekend, but even that weekend show, I'm thinking about it. I'm like Saturday afternoon, especially in the summertime, it's going to be rough. So I'm going to try to hit you guys off with some more weeknight shows. I'm always talking about the late night shows. I would love to do some late night shows, but every time it gets to about late night, I just want to lay there. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a lay there night show. I mean, people are doing shows. They're doing some of the worst shows ever, and they get thousands of subscribers. Is it because they're just live and they're out there? I feel I'm out there a decent amount. Had the YouTube channel since 2016. So, maybe we just stink, Mac Diesel. Maybe we just really, really stink. And nobody wants to hear from famous wrestlers and indie wrestlers and funny people and hear bits and things like. Maybe they just don't want any of that. I don't know. I don't think that's the truth, though. So I'm going to fight the power forever with the help of Ron Killings, maybe. I'll have to sign him up because I think he's going to get back to being criminally insane. All this funny stuff that he's been doing, little Jimmy business and Invisible Friends and being dumb, playing dumb. That shit's over, bro. He's totally serial now. Ever since he took out John Cena after that tag match that I barely watched. Because who needs to watch it? I mean, it was on, but was I watching it? I watched the end when R-Truth came out. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. John Cena?
It's the shits.
I don't need to see that. I see what WWE is trying to do and what they're doing, but that doesn't work for me. I want the bad guys to win, and I hate Logan Paul.
It's the shits.
So yeah, it stunk until this guy came back. And again, it's probably in a month or so, we'll end up back on TNA when he finishes whatever he's going to do here. People have been talking about him taking the title off of Cena. Highly doubt it, especially since he was just released. And I believe he was legitimately cut and released for money because TKO is stupid. They're a big corporation, which means they're inherently stupid because of that. And I mentioned this on Saturday. Corporations, I believe, they're all about money. I get it. And they want more money every quarter, every month to show all their shareholders and other money people that invest in them and go, look, we are making money. We're profits every quarter, right? But if you have a mindset where you're just constantly trying to get profits every quarter, all of those companies, and we've seen a lot of them throughout time, they get worse. The burgers get smaller. The Cokes get smaller. You know, they start pulling tricks. They start putting more air in the potato chip bag type deal. You understand what I'm saying? The product gets worse. It starts turning, well, it'd be just cheaper if we put paint thinner in the Cheerios instead of actual like wheat. Okay, let's put paint chips and paint thinner in the Cheerios. You see? And now this is kind of happening with professional wrestling, which is high art, again. Very high up there art, if you understand what's going on. So once you start putting the paint thinner in the pro wrestling, it's going to start getting work. And that's what's been happening. Slowly but surely, the sponsorships, they're on the tables, they're on the chairs, they will be on your favorite wrestlers soon. And then there will be sponsorships within sponsorships within sponsorships. And then there'll be sponsorships that aren't supposed to look at all like sponsorships, but they are. And that's been going on for a good 25 years at this point, but now they're getting really good at it. So now every second of these shows, there's some kind of sponsoring going on. And the whole soul, the life force behind what the art is now like been sucked right out of it. And that's how I've been seeing WWE in the year 2025. Did it start off hot? I was even like, man, they're kicking ass. They're making so much money. They changed the stage. They made the stage smaller to fit more seats. All right. So they're killing it. I get what they're doing. But again, long-term wise, is this really what's best for business? You know, the talk about The Rock and Triple H backstage having beef and going down, or not even backstage, just, you know, business-wise, and what happened with WrestleMania this year. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of all what's been going on in 2025. And shout out to you, Coach. You know, I'm laying the smack on everybody again tonight. There's too much news. There's too much wrestling. So I'm going to be doing more shows. I hope everybody appreciates it and hits the buttons because they appreciate it. So there's Chody. It's Americano Grande on the cover of Playgirl. Man, he's been doing pretty good for himself, this Americano Grande. He was wearing Chad Gable's boots last week on SmackDown or Raw, one of them shows. And Chad said, hey, you need to borrow my boots. What do you want me to do? Not let you. We're about the same size. Yeah. Let's see. Do I have anything else on this video screen that I need to talk about? And then I'm going to take it down. And then I have more notes. Oh, yeah. Becky Lynch. This is the press conference. See, that's me. Where I'm the man. Because she's always like crying about everything. And that's what this was too. I get it's in character. I'm not talking about whatever her real name is. If it's even Becky Lynch. I don't even care to know because I'm not a stalker. I'm not a weirdo. Which we're going to talk about stalkers too in a minute. But Becky Lynch, I don't care about your kids and all this. You don't have to bring it up all the time. I know you brought your daughter out to the last press conference. And then you brought her up in the middle of this press conference as if anybody cares. Most of us don't care. You know, large majority of this wrestling fan base, a lot of weird looking neckbeard incel types. Okay. So maybe that's why you did it. You want to be a bad guy? Go ahead, talk about how your daughter didn't have a great time because you were being treated poorly by the crowd because you're a bad guy. I see what you're doing. Yep. That's a good idea by me. I heard R-Truth's new name is Ronald H. Killingsworth. Could be. Maybe it is. Maybe we'll look for that. There's Truth. Look. That's in the moment. And Danny Damage was right about it. He said he didn't believe it. He's like, I don't know if he's really, really gone. You know what I'm saying? Looking for pictures. I already grabbed that. That's Hugh Hefner, Seth Rollins. It's a very dirty Dom. Looking dirtier than ever, of course. Hogan's going to lose his 400-day deal to Stephanie Vacker. And that's it. So yeah, we got everything on there. So good. But we do have a little more to talk about. I mean, we got about 15 minutes until Raw. I'm going to lace you up on what's happening on Monday Night Raw in 15 minutes. We spoke about this. We spoke about that. We spoke about tough guy Bucky Lunch. It's a real name, Bucky Lunch. And yeah, next page. So what now? What now for LA Knight? Anybody in the chat? What are we going to do with LA Knight now that he's lost his third Money in the Bank in a row? Everybody thought he was going to win. Everybody saying LA Knight was going to win Money in the Bank. But he didn't. Seth Rollins again. Seth stealing Rollins. Stealing spots. Stealing names. Stealing gimmicks. Allegedly. Always got to say allegedly, just in case. Yeah, so I really don't know. What are they going to do with LA Knight, man? And this is what I would do, okay? LA Knight is one of the biggest guys in the business, in my expert opinion. I've been saying this since he was in TNA, hitting the dummy button. I said, why isn't he in WWE in the main event scene? So now we got this new WWE mixed with TKO business and whatnot. And now, you know, they're kind of changing things up, it seems like. You got John Cena with the Universal title. I think that's the title he needs to be going after. He doesn't really need to be staying on Monday Night Raw going off after the Jey Uso title or even in the mid-card scene, the IC and the US title. LA Knight has what? A solid 3 years left? Like, if we're being real, unless he's going to be like a Randy Orton type and do a lot of headlocks and things in these matches. He keeps it real slow and keeps it real simple. But, hey, man, put him in the main event scene somewhere else. There's too many people going after that, which is going to be eventually Seth freaking Rollins' title again. You know, he was the first one to hold that thing. And he did a good job with it as the working man's title holder, which the belt on Monday Night Raw is. The John Cena belt, the Roman Reigns Universal title type belt, you know, that's a story belt. That's not a working man's belt. That's why these guys can disappear for years on end. So, sorry to hear about your loss, LA Knight. I mean, that was a bad one. It stunk. It was the shits.
It's the shits.
And I'm a Seth Rollins guy, but I don't think Seth Rollins really needs this. But if he won this past weekend and he's not using the Money in the Bank briefcase contract tonight,
it's the shits.
You got to use it tonight, Seth. Get this thing over with. Naomi already has another belt. Let her peacock with it every time she comes out. Tries to cash in a million times on whoever has the belt at the time. But Seth Rollins, cash in tonight. Let's get this yeet out of here. We're done with this. Yeet. All right? We're done with all this. It's very lame. It's very old. I'm telling you, at the end of Raw tonight, Seth Rollins hasn't cashed in or done something with it, and we're just going to play this game where it's going to go on for months. And he's gonna have two big security guards, a wise man. He's a multi-time champ already himself, and he's got the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he's going to hold on to it for what? For what? You got both guys that are the pinnacle of Monday Night Raw facing each other tonight. Fucking use it, bro. What? If you don't, you're an idiot. And I would not write you to be an idiot. If Triple H ever manned up, smartened up, hired Dr. Huge to make sense of a lot of this stuff. You use the Money in the Bank briefcase tonight. And if you don't, you're going to hear from me. And all the rest of you are too. At DrHUGeShow on X, YouTube, all the rest. I'm going to be posting videos. I got clips coming. I got all kinds of shit happening. I'm juggling. I'm editing, making music, cutting shorts, cutting promos. I'm going to be booking tonight live during Monday Night Raw. Hey, I may ask some of your favorite wrestlers to come on. Drew McIntyre. Well, let's do it properly. Drew McIntyre.
What?
Killer Cross.
What?
Thunder Rosa.
What?
And many more. And some random people that may not even be wrestlers too, because I just want to have them on. I'll do whatever I want. This is my show. Do whatever I want. And that's it. I think that's all I got for you. No, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen on Raw. Stay tuned. We still have 10 minutes. Jeez, I'm jumping the gun here. Ready to get out of here and refill my beverage. But what's happening on Raw tonight? Seth Rollins is going to be there. Guy we've just been talking about for the past hour. And Seth Rollins, I know you're going to come out there with the briefcase. No, you know what would be cool. You know what would be cool. What else? John Cena. He's going to be on Monday Night Raw tonight. So Seth Rollins and John Cena both be speaking in some shape or form. Right? Sometimes they lie and they cut them in via satellite or something. This sounds like they're in the arena. How about this for a return? John Cena and Nikki Bella at the same place at the same time? She's single, John. I know you're married now, but hey, you know. Shout out to Paladin in the house dropping in. He's going to be listening later, like all of you should, on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, the YouTube channel, DrHUGeShow. So I see you out there. And yeah, who knows? Maybe they'll rekindle something. Maybe they'll get some, maybe John Cena will get some threesome action going on. You never know. John Cena's hot again, guys. But Nikki Bella, she needs that grip, bro. She needs that Skrilla. She needs to bank some Skrilla to pay her, pay off all that, marriage business stuff, right? Everybody tells me it's so amazing. You should get married. It's the best. That's always my reaction. Well, it's usually this one. Because it's, these people that are miserable are telling me that I need to be miserable too. Because I'm fine. I don't feel miserable at all. I'm married to the game, son. Not Triple H, no Diddy. I mean that in the old sense of the phrase. Yep. So Jey Uso, of course, and Gunther taking each other on in the main event. In my angle, hey, Gunther's about to win, right? He's about to beat Jey again. And then Seth Rollins comes out with the Goons. The Goons beat up on Gunther. Seth Rollins cashes in on Jey Uso. Yeet! Case closed, sprinkle some crack on him. That's how the night ends. That's what I want to happen. Because I'm a genius, right? Tell me that doesn't seem right to you. Tell me that doesn't pop with you. Now, Gunther's forgotten about the title. He's thinking, I need to kill Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a boxing ring, YouTube. And maybe then I'll have to go get Seth Rollins for taking away my opportunity at getting the belt back. And then, of course, Jey is going to be all mad about that. But then he's going to be all busy, doing everybody else's housework. Because that's usually what he does, as Gunther always points out. So then get him away from the main event scene, main event Jey Uso. And, all is right with the world at that point. Do it like that. Gunther stays looking strong, but doesn't have the title. Jey loses the title, stays looking strong because Seth Rollins comes out and uses the briefcase. Makes sense? Hopefully it does, because it makes sense to me. Yep. And, here's another little story. Can we stop these kids and adults at the live events from trying to get things signed by wrestlers in the middle of their entrance. Imagine you're zero medioing and all this stuff, and you're yeeting and then some kids just like, yeah, here's a pen and here's my shit right in the middle of a yeet. Get out of here, kid. I've seen one do that right in the middle of the Money in the Bank. Don't do that. It's so embarrassing. You're going to grow up and be so embarrassed. Maybe you won't. But it's embarrassing. Stop it out there. Oh, like the fathers that try to use their kids. Like there was one, I think it was on SmackDown. The yeeting is going on in the crowd. And then after the yeeting with the child, and then the father's like, here, give this to him, and gave him something. Who knows? It could have been a promotional thing. Could have been something the kid drew. I don't know what it is. And he gives it some shit to Jey Uso. He's about to go wrestle a man, right? That's what we believe. That's what we're here to watch, right? So he like literally takes a couple more steps and just like hands it back. Like, what are you doing?
Yeet. No yeets.
Yeah. Get that out of my hands. So you got... People are they're too much these days. They're very, very entitled. Everybody, young and old. You guys need to chillax out here. You know, give them an attaboy or whatever. As they're coming through the crowd, trying to get things signed and take presents and... No shame. No, nobody's got any shame out here. So, yep. I think that about does it. And, of course, I got clips for you this week again. I'll be dropping those on the YouTube channel here. And, just looking for you people's support out here. You people better start supporting. Because I'm not going anywhere. You can just not support forever and watch and not subscribe. I'm still going to take my pictures. Still going to find my evidence and all these folks. Becky Hogan. Yep. We know what's going on with everybody. Keeping a keen eye on the wrestling business. All right, Triple H. All right, Tony Khan. You think I forgot about you, Tony Khan? I didn't. All right. Everybody, have a great Monday Night Raw. And we'll talk again. Go check out my link tree where you can find all the cool stuff. You can find the music video channels, the TikToks, the podcasts. They do let me use TikTok, believe it or not. They just don't let me like do anything on there. But follow me there anyway. There's some cool stuff. My album. I've got a new store coming soon. Oh man, so much stuff. Retweet this, share this video to everybody. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.